who desires to
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, put a ring on a reunion. I'm just happen to be home on a Friday night, so I'm gonna try to do something different. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the reunion as it goes along and reaction to it. Commercial breaks, I'll hop back in and talk about what we saw prior to the commercial break, and I want you guys to chime in with me. Give me a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, and so let's chat about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it live. Live reaction tonight, right? Like I said, I usually watch this on delay, but we here. Hopefully, Chance and Dunbar might be on the show. Maybe we get a reaction there, maybe not. Um, we got a nice host, Egypt. So, hey, sit back, relax. Let's enjoy the show, and I'll pop in every now and then with comments, especially on commercial breaks. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
With the help of Dr. Stacy. Oh yeah, there's a new doctor in the house. Three long-term couples, as always, put their relationship on the
Everybody
line.
looking nice, looking sharp tonight. Dr. Stacy, nice blue dress. Oh man, Zay looks scared though, but it's good. We see what we got. All y'all come in and say, hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Drop some comments in the comment section below. Got Jasmine and Zay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's watch this. Let's talk. I always like Joya and Jason, my favorite couple of the whole season.
Dip their toes right back into that dating pool to help them decide if they were ready to walk down the aisle or go running for the door. And yes, dating other people while you're in a committed relationship. It sounds crazy because it is crazy. But desperate times do call for desperate measures, do they not?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So now before we go any further, here's something you guys should know. Stacey and I are friends.
in real life.
Like real life. Well, she was supposed to be at my house one day and she cancels and says
Wow.
she couldn't tell me why.
Okay, close friends.
This was why.
I like Egypt, man. I've been listening to Egypt for a long time. She was on 92Q in Baltimore when I was in college. Egypt has been around for a while in the radio game, so it's good to see Egypt hosting the show.
Okay. Opening up your entire relationship on television. How was that?
Some days I felt like she put me in the hot seat. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
But it was all in love.
Here's a look back.
Yo, you knew they wasn't gonna show up, right? Like you knew Chance and Dunbar wasn't gonna come on the show because they don't want to be fronted, right? Nobody wants to be fronted. Chance and Dunbar don't want to be fronted, confronted. That's what they do. They hide. They run and hide.
And you guys are
Didn't y'all expect Dr. Stacy or Dunbar to come on?
broke my heart because this doctor, if we're having a mental crisis, we have to be able to do
That black men need to get
it.
help. I mean, if you got a black man and you're African American man, you need to get some assistance. If you got a mental issue, and I think Dunbar was scared.
Trying to be transparent.
I'm
And it was
curious.
right after that they quit. And
I
that
guess
is
it
right.
is. I thought it might have been right after his date because he really seemed to fall.
I think it might have scared him a little bit. That he
Jason,
found
I
something.
think you're right, that he
Yeah.
didn't expect.
Oh, yeah, he found something else. He didn't want to break that girl's heart.
And to go on his first date and have such a
Yeah,
powerful
right.
connection.
And she threw that big word out, I'm submission.
You know it,
submissive.
yeah.
And he was
You
like,
know
oh, I don't even have to ask. You just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All in all, as a combined collective, what do we feel the real reason they decided to leave was?
This is tough.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
he died in the kitchen. They had to get out.
They got hot.
was gonna be exposed of what was going on in their situation,
Yep.
or they just really didn't want to do the work because it's not something that they're ready for. And that's the reality. Like everybody here feels and felt ready to be married, and so we didn't mind doing the work no matter
Right.
how tough it got.
Mhm.
Dating other people, that's the part. That's,
That
you know,
part.
that's not for the weak.
Yeah,
Yeah, that part.
Definitely. It's so interesting because they all shared with me that they thought all of their men had the problems. And it
Yeah.
was, I needed to come and help them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
men.
She
Yeah.
needed
Yeah.
to fix
They
them.
told
So
me
Yeah,
none
that's
of
what I
the
thought,
women
yeah.
here,
no.
we're owning their stuff.
I didn't really have
Nah, women don't own their stuff sometimes. Sometimes women overthink the man issue. Sometimes you got to own and deal with it. So,
So when Dr. Stacy held the mirror up to you ladies,
it wasn't battery on my part.
Not
You
at all.
know, I ain't like my mirror.
none of you, none of you at all.
No.
it's
But
rough.
there's the growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, therein lies the growth. Woo!
Hmm.
Stop. That's her word. Stop. Stop. But here's more, guys.
And while they get ready to take a commercial break, now hit me up in the chat. Let me know, why do you think Chance and Dunbar left the show? Why do you think Chance and Dunbar didn't come back on the show? I thought Chance and Dunbar didn't come back on the show because they were scared. I think he did get intimidated on his first date. I thought he really liked the young lady. It messed him up a little bit, and for what he saw and how he was feeling, and he didn't want to get in touch with himself. Is it only men that have mental issues? Is there? We all know there's an issue in the black community, right? Sometimes men don't want to show their emotions, don't want to show their feelings. I think Dunbar really broke down and showed his emotion and his feelings in this situation, and I think it was kind of scared him a little bit. I would like to know who idea was. It was a Chance idea not to come back, or was it Dunbar's idea not to come back? That's something that I always thought about, like who made the decision not to come back, right? And when did they tell Dr. Stacy? I think everybody looks nice on the stage, and I think some of the guys there felt like Dunbar chicken out. Also, I've got a poll up. If you watch the poll, if you watch it online, and let me know, who do you prefer? Do you prefer Dr. Stacy or Dr. Nicole? Which one do you like more? A lot of people have big fans of Dr. Stacy. Some are big fans of Dr. Nicole. Let me know what you think. Dr. Nicole, Dr. Stacy. Again, Chance and Dunbar, they left. Like, they're engaged now. Marriage may work out. I'm not going to doom anybody's marriage, but I think they do need some help, do need some counseling. There is some things that's there. I don't know the brother, don't know the sister. I only can based off what I see on TV. We know there's some edits. So again, there might be something something there that they may need to work on and need to resolve. Let me know what you think, right? Hit it up in the chat. Let me know, what do you think Chance and Dunbar need to work on? Do you wish that Chance and Dunbar stayed on the show? I think I said this on my last review. I don't know what we would have got out of Chance and Dunbar, but I can tell you this much. I did enjoy watching Zay and Jasmine this season on the show. I think Zay and Jasmine did a great job on the show. And I appreciate watching them. I saw the growth between Jasmine and Zay, and they was willing to do everything that Dr. Stacy asked them to do. So, and we saw the growth, and we saw how the end result. Zay was one of those guys that if you give him direction and you give him guidance, he'll make it to the right place, and he'll make it to the direction that he needs to go to. So I thought Zay and Jasmine did better than Chance and Dunbar on the show because it was willing to commit to the process. And Dunbar and Chance wasn't willing to commit to the process. They quit, right? They quit the show. It is what it is. They quit, but we did get a good group of people on the show, and I like the cast. I like the cast: Zay, Jasmine, Jaisha, Joya, Ricky, and Catherine. So hey, let's step back. I mean, commercial breaks are on. We can just chat it up, talk a little bit. I don't want to mess with your viewing of the show, so I'm just gonna pop in on commercial breaks. We're gonna chat about what we talked about. We're gonna talk about what happened prior to the commercial break. So, hey, sit back and relax. I can do this all night. I enjoy it. Put a ring on it. Jack is here, but she really didn't watch the season this much with me. So she said, go ahead and go forth by myself. Hey, hit the subscribe button. Is this your first time? Hit that bell notification. Check out some of the other videos that we do. Some great times. I'm home tonight on a Friday night. Usually I'm not here, but happen to be here. Holiday weekend, so happen to be here. And I just want to talk, put a ring on it, right? Put a ring on it as it happens. Live reaction, put a ring on it. I'm waiting and interested to see when everybody else get on stage and see how the date's going. Check the polls. Different polls are going to be going up periodically throughout the show. Let's go. Here we go. Most of you, 67% of you guys think Dr. Stacy is better than Dr. Nicole. Thanks for all those that's chimed in. Some of you, that poll is still going to be open because after the commercial break, I'm going to drop another poll up there. But right now, 67% of y'all think Dr. Stacy is better than Dr. Nicole. So hope we get Dr. Stacy come back for another edition of Put a Ring on It. I think Dr. Stacy is real. I do like Dr. Nicole, but I think Dr. Stacy has a little bit more confrontation in her, right? She brings a little bit more than Dr. Nicole does. And sometimes when you're dealing with some of these people, we're dealing with some clients and people on the show, you need that. So again, Dr. Stacy right now has to vote as I get ready to end the poll as we come back off a commercial, as we get ready to come back off a commercial break on my TV, right? On my TV. But I appreciate you guys, man. Put a ring on it. I thought the season was good. How do you think the season went? Let me know. All right, drop a chat and comment in the comment section below. Drop a chat. Drop something down there. So let me know how the season went. If you got a question, let's drop a question. Let's talk about it a little bit. All right, let's talk and let's converse about Put a Ring on It. Again, Chance and Dunbar gone. Zay Jasmine came in. Good chat. Egypt and Dr. Stacy are friends. If you missed that, they've been knowing each other for a long time. She couldn't tell Egypt that she was getting ready to be on the show, but here they go. Right here they go, and they're getting ready to have some great conversation, great dialogue. Wait till Sheila comes, right? And we see other people that come on the show. Man, Sheila, I'm really interested to see what Sheila comes on. Really interested to see what Marcus come on too. How him and Catherine interact especially after Ricky said, you know what, I don't want to marry Catherine. Want to see how the interaction between Ricky and Catherine. It seems like they're still peaceful. Are they still friends? Is Catherine still living in the house with Ricky? I hope they answer a lot of those questions in this season. So those are some of the things that I want to talk about and things that we want to see. So the show's back on. And so here we go. Let's go. Put a ring on it. I thought that engagement was pretty neat, man. I thought that Joya and Jaysha engagement was sweet. The music, I'm happy for those guys. Favorite couple. That was my favorite couple, Joya and Jaysha. So.
Low to the flow.
Here's my girl.
Jason, enjoy your steamy dating highlights.
Here come my girl Brittany. Brittany dropped it on the floor for Jason. I think Jason was feeling Brittany, man. I really didn't think Jason was looking at Brittany and was like, hey, what's up? Jacoby was a clown. Jacoby was a big clown, but big clown. Brittany was there though. Touchy feely. My man came. It's funny still because my man came to the gym with a chain around his neck, right? He came with a chain around his neck. Who comes to the gym with a chain around their neck? He came with a chain around his neck. I still call Jacoby a clown though, right? Coming to the gym with a chain around his neck, clown to me. Big clown move.
Is there any truth to that?
I purchased this.
Is that just
Oh yeah, he got fresh and flirty, man. He liked Brittany. Wow, that got a little hard. They cut that. I like to see more of that conversation. Like, was he capping? Jacoby just called my man Jay a punk.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah, you can't. That single mother comment, Jacoby messed up on that. But we'll talk about a commercial break.
value man. The Cardi
High value man that don't want to settle for a single mother. She may love you, but you was raised by a single mother. Man, come on, man. That's whack. That's whack. She might be somebody that want to love you, to care for you, look up to you, take care of you, and she may have a child, but she may be the best woman in the world.
So you got
Jacoby, she just read Jacoby. He came off like looking like, yo, he just came off goofy, man. Came off goofy.
We all have a chance to see.
I think she really liked Luther. I don't care what anyone else says. She was feeling Luther, but she just more committed to Jaysha. She was feeling Luther, but committed to Jaysha. Yo, why Jacoby sitting there like he's salty, man? He's salty. The bro just said prenup, man.
You won't be needing that though. But even though you're sitting over there in your feelings, Jacoby, it's okay. I know you have a big heart.
He's salty.
On the first date, you showed me that you have something there. I hate to see you over there.
You got any friends you can deal with?
No.
Okay, on that note, coming up.
Dude asked for some friends. Can she hook him up with? Yo, he's salty though. Jacoby, I just put himself out there as a goofy clown, right? Come on, you still single mothers. You raised by a single mother. I mean, you got a right to date who you want, right? You don't want a single mom, that's fine, but make sure your comments are towards single mothers and don't put all single mothers in a box, right? You put all single mothers in a box, so you're a high value man. So a high value man doesn't deserve a single mother. There's some single mothers out there can take care of men, take care of their kids, take care of you, and you can complete that woman. And y'all can. It's just so much that Jacoby said, and then he tried to ramble on about the fat man and all that other stuff. Be equal rights, positivity. He just was talking in circles, man. Then he's in these feelings. Be in your feelings. I want to get back to Brittany real quick. Brittany and Jaysha had something going on. Jaysha was flirting. He liked Brittany, but then she might have took it too far. Some guys like a classy woman. He likes Joya because she kind of classy. She kept it PG out in the front, or where is that? And Jaysha was feeling her. It's just a little twerking, and because I think Brittany's right. Joya said something to him because after that little candle situation they had, the energy, the fire that they was doing, what was it, Flow and Flex or something like that? Flow and something. I can't remember what it was, but I know one of them was Flow. And so he was feeling Brittany. He would go, I think he would have went out with Brittany again, but the Jacoby date came and she didn't want to go out with Jacoby, so he decided not to go back out with Brittany. They made a deal and he decided to move on. Luther had Joya's heart, right? That painting, the turquoise, the New York, the flamingo, it was there. If Jaysha was halfway not on his game, she would have went with Luther. She even said it on, I just heard her say it, like, if Jaysha hadn't put a ring on it, her and Luther may have a chance. She told Luther when he was having dinner with her that he may have a chance with her. So again, there's opportunity there. But Jaysha and Joya, I rock with them. Jacoby, we see why Jacoby's still single, right? Dude was talking around in circles. He just put his foot in his mouth, and then you gonna sit over there mad when Egypt checks you. She checked you. She called it out what it is, right? Hey, just because you got a nice house, nice car, all this money don't mean in the high value thing that you want to put on. That doesn't mean anything. It's about treating a person right, taking care of a person. If that young man or that woman has a child and she wants to, and she treats you well, and she brings that child in your life, bring that child toward in a relationship with you guys, you do what a man do. You step up. I think Jacoby has some mommy issues. He mentioned it. He said that his life wasn't what he thought it would be. They struggled a little bit, and he doesn't want to be in a situation where he struggled. I get it. I got it. I understand it. My mom was a single mom for a while, right? And her, my natural father, my birth father, actually hooked up after I was born. So I get that, right? So I understand that. Well, got married. I didn't want to say hooked up. Been married for over 40 years. So I get it. But there's some things in your line that's just about how you communicate it, how you talk to somebody about it. And you definitely don't say that on a second date that you don't want to deal with a single mom. You went out with her. So that may let you know that it was just about TV. You knew she was a single mom. Why did you even want to go out on a second date with her when you already knew I guarantee from the first date that she was a single mom? And then you got nerve to call Jacoby Jasha Week, said that Joya runs the house, that Joya is the one that runs the house. Come on, man, Jacoby. Those are the things that you don't take Jasha's kindness for weakness, right? Just because he wears nice suits or whatever case may be, don't take his kindness for weakness. I think Jacoby's trying to put on for the camera, talking bad about that man. I know meet him out in the street in a different situation. They're not going to have that. So we back on the show on my end. So let's see what we got. Catherine and we're talking about Catherine and Smokey. Let's see what we got. Catherine and Ricky's up now.
But a lot of my
Ricky had some boundaries issues. There was no intimacy and romance. First of all, how can you get intimate and romance, right? When like 50 million people live in a house, you can't find those intimate scenes or intimate places, right? And Catherine got a temper on her, yo. We know she does. She called my man out. She got a temper. She definitely have a temper. So we'll see how that works out with them. We might get to see Smokey tonight if things don't go right. She might show us what Smokey really is.
Cross the line. Let's check.
Yo, she knew she got a temper. She knows she got an anger. She got an anger problem. She's seen it with her mom. So all this is generational, right? It's generational. She didn't know she was talking to Ricky like that. I can see that, but it's generational. She grew up in it. She saw it. She deal with it. I'm not excusing the behavior, but I understand the behavior. We'll talk about it on a commercial break.
Okay.
This is just me and my.
We know he still like Chelsea, whether he's sleeping on the couch or not. So we see how that goes. Ricky still likes baby mama. Sheila was good too. He liked Sheila. Again, Catherine, that anger problem, that temper. And she said it. She wasn't ready. So even if Ricky would have asked her, I don't think the marriage would last. But like I said, commercial break, we'll talk a little bit more.
It's good seeing you again.
There we go. Marcus is already starting. You look amazing. He's hitting it off already.
It's very good seeing you. To be honest with you,
Yo, he wants Cat.
He had stepped up and did it in 12 years. Catherine, I got something for you.
My man coming up and got a ring for what?
I'm just handing this over to you. You think about it, okay? If you don't want to take it, it's all good.
Oh, she don't even want to take it.
But remember, it's available. We ain't got to wait 10 years.
Whoo! Marcus coming hard.
I understand you doing your best. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put on like that, especially trying to, you know. Get
Marcus is putting, Marcus is coming hard. So she let men have a conversation, let men talk. She go off on the chick, the lady. Let's talk about it. Yo, Ricky just got punked. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not letting another man offer my girlfriend a ring. And we just talk about my bedroom game in front of me. And you sit there and just laugh. You don't say anything. Come on, Ricky. Come on. At least can say, nah, my bedroom game is better than that. Even ask your ex-wife, right? Ask Chelsea, like Chelsea. You know my bedroom game is like that. He didn't say anything. He sat there and laughed. I'm with Egypt. Like, this is another grown man who called you out. Another grown man who said, you know what, dog? You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in the bedroom. You're not loving this lady like you're supposed to be loving her. Y'all still living with your mama and your mama and them. And hey, I got a ring for you, Catherine. I got something for you. Don't wait another 10 years for a ring. Don't wait another 12 years for a ring. Get this ring now. Now, I do agree with this thing that Catherine said what's the name? Sheila. Grown men are having a conversation. Don't put your 2 cents in it while 2 grown men are having a conversation. Address your concern to Catherine. She did. Catherine addressed her concern back to Sheila. They went back and forth. But again, Catherine sat there and never said anything. Maybe she don't want to hurt Ricky feelings. Maybe she liked the situation she in. They've been friends for long enough. Sometimes you're in a situation you just become comfortable, right? You don't know how it is to drop the baggage. You don't know how it is not to have the monkey on your back. And it's just become a normal day routine. It becomes something normal to you, becomes something simple to you. And that's what I think Catherine's used to having Ricky around. I'm not saying they don't love, it's not going to work out. I'm not saying Marcus is the best thing since sliced bread. But if just looking at it on paper, Marcus might be the guy. But Catherine might have seen something that she didn't like in Marcus. If she wasn't ready for Ricky, right? She definitely wasn't ready for Marcus to put a ring on it. There's some things that Catherine had to work in herself. Me personally, I think I said on one of the reviews, I think Catherine should have ended up with nobody. I think Catherine should have been by herself, just working on her, trying to get herself together, try to get herself right, making sure that she maneuvers in the right realm and she know how to handle and deal with herself and get in tune with her emotions, her anger, and her feelings, and find out what's best for her, right? Is it best for you to live with Ricky? Is it best for you to get your business up and moving? Is it best for you to deal with Marcus, right? And go back to Dallas because he's from Dallas, or he works in Dallas. So those are things that she had to work on, and I think she could have worked on and she should have worked on. I don't think she should be with Ricky. I don't think she would be with Marcus. I think Catherine needs to be with Catherine, and she needs to work on her emotional stability herself. But we back on. Let's see what we got. Whoa, she comes off on Chelsea like that? She comes off on the baby mama like, sit there and sit pretty. I like Chelsea's answer. She was quiet, ain't my place. Catherine really don't like Chelsea, dog.
I know that.
You're quiet soldier. Quiet soldier.
I've been working on.
Great dad.
Yeah, co-parenting is hard. Don't know experience it, but I've seen a lot of people co-parenting. It got to be intentional.
And that if you two are going to
Yeah, spending the night is kind of
it won't be to the detriment of their
yeah, you can spend the night at your ex-wife's house.
As far
I think.
Yeah, Chelsea gave that look like I ain't feeling that, but I understand.
No. All right, listen, I believe in all of you guys.
I think Egypt hit it. Hit it on. I think she's scared.
Okay, you got this, I got this. We got this. And hopefully that's an example for you guys. It doesn't always have to be ugly. Come on, let's elevate. Coming up, this couple went from promise ring.
Yeah, I think that Egypt hit on the head. Catherine's scared of being a mother, scared of motherhood. You heard her talking about her mother situation, and how that has impacted her life, right? It changed her life. We already know her father dynamic, not being able to see him till she was 14 years old. That dynamic of being a parent, and to see Ricky and his wife be good friends. I mean, sometimes you don't see that, right? You don't see people who are co-parenting be in good relationships. People who are co-parenting actually be friends. People who are co-parenting actually co-parent like co-parenting is supposed to be. Right now, I do say this, that Ricky spending the night at his baby mama house is foul. Right, it's foul. You might be right, man. The ex-wife seems like she got a lot of sense, right? The ex-wife seems like she's put together now. It makes you wonder, like, why did he leave the ex-wife? I ain't knocking it, right? The ex-wife, she ain't ugly. She's nice on the eyes. And she got her stuff together. Maybe she left Ricky. Maybe Ricky, that's what Ricky needed to get his stuff together. He don't look like he got his stuff together. He's pretty quiet, laid back. You can't internalize all that stuff. You gotta have some boundaries with Ricky. But again, spend the night at your ex-wife's house, nah. Even if it's a child, you just gotta tell him I can't do that tonight. He can come over here with us. It doesn't look good. The optic doesn't look good, especially when you're dealing with a woman who's insecure. Let's be honest. Catherine's insecure. Catherine has some issues that she got to work on. Ricky's not meeting her needs sexually at home, meeting her need romantically, not meeting her need emotionally, but yet I can stay in my ex-wife's house. Come on, bro. You have to be smarter. You got to be smarter in those things and in those situations. And Chelsea should have been like, yo, Ricky, you have a girl, you have a woman, go home. I'm not going to always put it on Ricky. But again, Chelsea should have been like, you know what, go home. Go home, Roger. Go home. Now, you can't stay here. You can see your son. I can't tell you not to see your son. I can't tell you not to be with your son. But there's a certain amount of hour when he goes to sleep, me and you got to go home, right? Because you can't be up here because you have, again, a whole woman at home. Catherine, your friend is at home. We can't do this. So, again, Ricky needs to get that in order. Yeah, she still love him, man. She don't want to hurt. She definitely still love dude. She definitely. I totally agree with you on that. She definitely still loves dude, and he still loves her. They both teary-eyed. They just don't know how to coexist, and because Ricky doesn't share his emotions or share his feelings, he can't articulate how he feels. He doesn't know how to say it to her. But I think if something happened with him and Catherine, him and Chelsea might be able to get back together, right? They might be able to step it up, but he can't. He doesn't know how to do it. There's some things that he needs to work on. He might need that counseling to release some of that energy that he has, release some of the anger that he has inside. And I'm not telling the man to blow up on anybody, but I'm telling him to be able to get the therapy and the help that he needs so he can articulate and stop letting people run over him in this sense. And we see that Captain does it, and he just sits there and takes it. You can't be the whipping boy, but for so long, right? Not saying that you got to be aggressive and put hands on people. There are ways of saying, hey, leave me alone. Don't mess with me. Don't talk to me like that. I don't want to be exposed like that. Let's talk like civil and let it move on. So Ricky has an opportunity to do that. He needs to grow. He definitely needs to grow and keep being a father, right? You teaching your kids how to be a kid, how to be a father. And Catherine definitely needs to start building it. If she's going to marry Ricky, then she needs to start building a relationship with Chelsea. And her and Chelsea need to be on the same page. Again, when the kids get older, children get older, you don't want them to play bonus mom against real mom and real mom against bonus mom. All three of them need to be on the same page to raise the children. And I'm getting confused. Is it one child or is it children? They kept switching. Like child, you said Chase, then it said children. I was confused. Is it more than one child or is it just one child? Somebody help me out on that. So we talk about it. My man Zay and Jasmine are up. So, hey, be back after the commercial break. I'll be back now. Sorry. Be back when we go to the next commercial break. Got you. as I mentioned, man, I like Zay and Jasmine on this show. I think Zay and Jasmine is much better than Dunbar and Chance could have been on the show because they was both willing to commit to the process. They were willing to commit to the process. Zay was honest. He was willing to go the extra mile to get the woman that he wants. So I'm glad to see. And Zay stepped up throughout the whole process. He stepped up. He kept his boundaries. I know she told him about the young lady who came in, like, hey, hold on for a minute. Don't say she looked prettier than me. And he took that. You can think it, but don't say it.
Thank you. There's that.
Can't knock that. My man learned, right?
Jasmine and Zay.
My man learned from that, so it won't happen again.
That's correct. Josie is full of.
I really thought she would like Josie. I thought she could end up with Josie. Josie is fun.
Oh, you kind of.
Actually, between you, Jasmine, and Josie.
It was some chemistry, man. Jasmine and Josie had some great Zay figured I ain't leaving my woman. I'm gonna put my walls up. I'm gonna put my walls up. I ain't going nowhere, right? Yo, he dissected it right, man. It was patience.
Listen, it is time for our final break in the evening, but when we return.
I don't know if I like this too much, man. They cut a lot out, man. They're cutting a lot out of this, right? We needed to see some patience. I needed to see some more. I wanted to hear more of Josie's and Jasmine's story. Yeah, she needed patience. Zay was feeling Kenyatta. By all means, he was feeling Kenyatta, right? She was beautiful when she walked through the door. Their conversation was good. But then when he got back home and Jasmine was like, yo, I can't believe you said that. She said she talked to her mother. So I know when he came back home, she gave him a mouthful. And he was like, I don't know if I want to leave this girl, because the second date was nowhere like the first date. The second date and the first date were two different dates. He was listening. He was kind of standoffish. He was like, hey, I'm not going to do that. He understood his boundaries. He understood his assignment. Again, Jasmine and Zay, they grew on me, but I think Josie and Jasmine could have worked, right? Josie and Jasmine could have worked. She was feeling them a little bit. She had a good time. He was listening. It was communicating. It was enjoying each other. It was there. She just didn't want to pull the trigger, and I think that was the biggest issue. She didn't want to pull the trigger on it. And I'm not telling her to break up with Zay because Josie stepped in, but again, it was great conversation, and you can tell that they were there for the experience. They was there for the assignment. They wasn't going to leave each other, right? He might have pulled a Ricky. Well, you know what? I'm not going to engage you right now. We're not going to get engaged right now, but we still can be together. And I think Jasmine would have been cool with that. She would have been upset, and it may not have been as cool as Catherine and Ricky, but I don't think she was going to leave Zay, because Zay and her, you can see the connection and you see what they have going on there. It's a lot. Yeah, and you know what? It's something about Zay. I was looking that way at first, like something about Zay I don't trust. But as a show went on, I can see Zay being more receptive to the teaching, right? More receptive to what Dr. Stacy was asking him to do. He was following the process. He really likes Jasmine, and I know she's a decent young lady. I think he knows. You know what? She is. I don't want to say that's his glass ceiling. All right, I'm not gonna say that's his glass ceiling. He can't do any better than that. But I think he's really invested in her. I think he's scared. I think he's seen some things of probably family history-wise that he doesn't know if he can be the man that he needs to be in this marriage. I think he's willing to try. If they continue to do counseling with Dr. Stacy or do counseling with someone, I think Zay and Jasmine can be a success story. I don't see he has to do something foul in order to, I think, mess this up. And I think him and Jasmine will be together for a while because he's committed to the process. I hope she gets the wedding that she wants. I know it's sad and it sucks that her dad is not around to see Zay actually propose. And I think that was what she really, really wanted, was Zay to be able to propose while her father was living and was around, so she can have her dad walk her down an aisle. And like most girls do, man. Most girls who have relationships with their father or girl dads, they want to be able to have their father walk them down the aisle. Zay and Jasmine, like I said, I rock with them. I'm glad their story was told because we almost didn't get their story, right? If Chance and Dunbar stays, we don't get Zay and Jasmine, right? We don't get Josie and Kenyatta. We get somebody else. And so, but I think it was cool that this story, Jasmine and Zay's story, was told. It is a little something there. It might be a little trust issue. It's been some trust issue in the past, I believe. I believe he had the car wash and the stripper in the car wash in the strip club together. So maybe he's touching some of the merchandise. And I ain't talking about the cars. I don't know, but I do know that she and him are rocking hard, and you can see that they do care about each other. You can do see that he listens to her and he's willing to change for her. So I think that's one of the things that makes it good for them. They're both willing to commit to each other. The mother likes him, right? She even said, what took him so long to get to this process? So when the family likes you, he's willing to learn. He's willing to commit. He's really willing to meet her needs and go the extra mile to see what she wants. I think is okay. So we're back on for the last segment of the night. After this, we'll come back on. We chop it up a little bit. Meredith first. Put a ring on it. Okay, April 2024. I'm not mad at that, right? They want an April 2024. Let's do it.
Jasmine and
Yeah, it's the strip club.
congratulations. Wait a minute. Yep.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
What's up?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jasmine. Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me say
They're
this.
running to the altar. I feel like there's more. I feel like we're not hearing everything, Stacey.
Let me say this.
I mean, I agree with that. They've been together a long time. You don't like long engagement, right? If you know you're gonna marry the person, go marry them.
What I love about the men who remain. And you
Which
all
means she
show
thought Dunbar was a
up
clown
and
too.
stay.
She ain't like
You all
Dunbar.
You really do. So
So
I'm
you
just.
blow our mind.
All right, let's chat a little bit real quick. You just finished watching Put a Ring on It. Put a Ring on It reunion. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy the reunion? Did you enjoy what you saw? To me, I think it was chopped up too much, in my opinion. Jasmine and Zay did get married on February 24th. They're working on expanding their family, which means they're working on that. Might get a baby a little bit. So February 24th, Jasmine. If you don't know by now, Jasmine and Zay are married. They got married on February. I rock with that, right? Because let's not have a long. We've been together for a long time. We've been together. Why have a long, drawn out engagement? Go ahead and get married. February 14th, they got married. I agree with that. I rock with that. Hey, Joya and Jaysha, they say April 2024. They gave some time to mess with some things, play with things, and plan things. Jasmine wasn't really on that big wedding thing, or Zay wasn't really on that. Let's hurry up and get married, and let's work on expanding our family, do what we got to do. Ricky and Catherine, I just don't think they're going to work out, right? Not as husband and wife. I think Ricky and Jasmine are going to be, Ricky and Catherine will be good friends. I just don't think they'll be good husband and wife. I did enjoy this season to Put a Ring on It. I really thought those couples that was there was great. I thought, like Dr. Stacey said, the men was willing to put in the work. They was willing to put in to get the result that they got, right? And the guys who put in the work got the women. Ricky, did he put in work? Just a little bit. He saw some things in himself that he needed to work on. We'll see how that pans out for him and Catherine. I just don't think they'll be together. I think Zay and Jasmine will be together for a while. And I think Joya and Jaysha will stay married. When they do get married, I think they will make it to the altar. I think they will get married. And I think within about a year or two that she will be pregnant with their kids. So, hey, guys, let me know what you think, man. Live reaction was home. As I mentioned, some of you guys were on Friday night. I was able to talk about it, discuss it. I might still do a review on it. Depends on how the time goes, just for what we talked about. But again, this is my, I enjoyed Put a Ring on It this season. It was something good. I thought it was interesting. I thought Joya and Jaysha were a great couple. I thought Jasmine and Zay had a great opportunity to come on the show when Chance and Dunbar left. I don't know if Jasmine and Zay had not had an opportunity to come on the show, I don't think Jasmine and Zay would have made it, because again, they was at each other's throat. She was hurt. She was humiliated by the whole fake ring situation, or the friendship ring situation. So she really needed something, some wins. She needed some W's, right? She was hurt because her dad had passed away. And so she needed somebody to be able to engage with and somebody to talk to. And I think Dr. Stacey helped her heal. And I think Zay was able to see where his girlfriend was coming from. Only thing with Zay that I need Zay to do is I need Zay to go get his friend, whoever his friend was that yoked her up or thought about yoking her up. I need him to cut the friend off and make his friend apologize to Jasmine. That was one of the things, if I ever get a chance to interview them or talk to them, I will ask that question. Like, did you ever reconcile that with your girl? Did you ever make that right? Because that was something that she needed to be made right. I wish Egypt would have asked that question. Maybe she did, but they cut it out. But that's one of the questions that I would ask. Like, did you make that right with your girl? Because your man told me he was wanting to choke your girl. I wish the dude, one of my friends was talking about, he want to choke my wife, man. We wouldn't be friends and we'll probably be rumbling there. But again, that's me and that's not not him. But I'm not gonna let you do that, right? Ricky needs to step up and be a man. There's some in his relationship, not with his kids, but in his relationship. Your woman's crying for romance, right? She's crying for intimacy. And I'm not talking about just sex. I'm talking about intimacy, some time intimacy, right? You have to be into the person that you're with in order to get the results that you want. If you can't be into her now, how do you expect to be into her when you get married? And what progression? Set some boundaries up, set some guidelines or some benchmarks that you guys need to set. They need to set in order to get to where they want to go to. Once again, hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with me. For those that came in, those who came a little bit late, you may want to watch it. Watch along tonight. Just something different, man. I wanted to try something different. I appreciate you guys that stayed with me the whole time to watch along. Jack didn't really put a ring on it this season. I had the opportunity and chance to do so. I wanted to do that. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Real quick, you got any questions for me about Put a Ring on It? What's some of your thoughts? What did you guys think? Who's your favorite couple, right? Did you like Joya and Jason? Did you like Jasmine and Zay? Were you a Ricky and Catherine fan? Did Catherine make a good decision to stay with Ricky, right? Should she have left him with Marcus? Was Marcus her guy? I don't know. I think there's still a little something with Marcus that had me a little leery about that. I think he's doing too much, right? He might be doing a little too much for TV. Maybe that is who he is. Maybe he's really feeling Catherine. But I think he's putting a little too much on for TV. And I think maybe Catherine read through that. What is keeping Catherine with Ricky? That's the question, right? What is keeping Catherine with Ricky? Only time will tell. Once again, man, guys, thanks for rocking with us here on this review, this live reaction. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Thank you. Have a great night. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, or whenever you watch this. Be safe, be easy, and we'll talk to you guys a little bit later down the road. Make sure if you watch this before Sunday, check out our Married at First Sight panel. If you watch Married at First Sight, check that out. Put a ring on it. When it comes back, we're going to review it again. So once again, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, bell notification. Good night.